Hey, well, the first How to Train Your Dragon movie wasn't really like this book, but that's okay, because there's a new one, and it's gonna be just like this new book, How to Be a Pirate. Oh, that's not what the movie's called. Anyways, this one's a review by me, Shorts for the Win, of How to Train Your Dragon 2!
I'm here.
Two.
Because it's two. Just...
Anyways,
I'm retired.
I don't know why I would have expected anything from the book at all, because the first one didn't. I don't.
Well,
for some reason, I kind of expected they might do something for the book, but they didn't really.
I didn't read the second book.
Which is fine. Anyways, so this one's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it was. I didn't actually read the second book, so I can only look at it as a movie, and it was actually pretty good.
You can only look at it as a movie if you've read the second book as well.
I know, but you can also look at it as an adaptation, and you can, you know what bothers me? Okay, movies. This is just something I want to get out of the way right away. Is that movies like How to Train Your Dragon? They are literally like the first one is almost next to not close to the book's story at all, and people love it, and people are always like bitching about the Hunger Games movie. Because of these little nitpicky details.
Oh.
You know what? Literally 2 people said this to me when I said, I'm like, what didn't you like about the Hunger Games movie? 2 people, first response, the cornucopia, because it looked stupid. Did that take away anything from the story at all?
Oh man,
no,
the cornucopia.
Okay, you know what takes away from
the movie?
You know what takes away from the story in an adaptation? When you change it completely.
When you change it to a different story.
When you say, fuck that shit.
There's a book?
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
I already wrote my own book. The good How to Train Your Dragon, the good version.
For Hollywood or whatever.
Anyways, so this one is 5 years after the first one, which is an interesting idea to do, because now Hiccup is like an adult. And he's the only one that looks different. All the other characters look like exactly the same.
Hey, so those guys had stubble, though.
That's true. And Stoic had like 3 grayish hairs in his beard, so there you go.
Yeah. I didn't really feel like... You know, the 5 years after, that didn't really add anything.
It didn't really feel like anything happened in 5 years.
No, I think it would have been better if it's like 1 year later or 6 months later. That's what it really felt like.
Yeah. Exactly.
And make Hiccup look slightly different, not make him hot.
We'll get into why he was 5 years later, probably a little bit later. But like, just straight up starting off at the beginning of the movie, it does not really feel like 5 years have passed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It feels like maybe like a few months have passed,
or
maybe a year at most. But like, it's like, oh, Hiccup's like exploring these new parts of the world, but he hasn't discovered anything.
Oh, yeah.
So he hasn't done a very good job of exploring, because there's this whole other world that he didn't find. So
well, he did now. That's what
he did now that the movie starts, but like before that, he didn't find any of it. So good job.
He's been doing this for 5 years.
For 5 years.
It was right there. It was right there. And he couldn't find it.
He can't find shit.
They had 8 months to find the prison, and they couldn't do it. It was right over the hill.
It was right fucking there.
It was right there. It's The Walking Dead.
They teased at the end of the first movie. They teased the ice dragon thing.
It was like...
Yeah, and then it was right there. No.
Okay.
So basically, the plot of this one, there's like a bad guy, and he's training. He's sort of training dragons.
And how to train your dragons to be bad.
And then he trains them to be bad, and then they kill people.
Well, it's not like they're bad dragons. They're like he controls them. He controls them, and he's bad. So it's like,
what was the one line? It's like, good dragon controlled by people, bad people is bad dragon, or something.
This is actually in a Pokemon. I'm gonna say something that's from a Pokemon episode that actually relates to this. There's an episode of Pokemon where it's actually like the original series. Basically, Team Rocket, their Pokemon, and Ash and the friends, their Pokemon, they all get separated. So the Pokemon. So we're following the Pokemon story. This is one episode. Shut up for 2 seconds. I'm trying to explain something. Okay, basically what happens in this one episode is that they're on this island, and the Pokemon, there's a group of all the people's trainers' Pokemon, and all the trainers and the trainers' Pokemon are talking to each other, and they're like with subtitles or whatever. So Pikachu's like, "Wait, Ekans, aren't you like bad or whatever?" He's like, "No, bad Pokemon, only bad trainer." And
there's only
not
bad student,
only bad teacher. So yeah, that's what that idea is in this, and
it's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah. I like that idea.
What was it I'm gonna say? Oh, okay. There's these guys, and they're like trying to take dragons, and they have a pirate ship. So there's that. That's kind of like pirates, and they should have done the pirates because what you were saying.
He just lost his leg. He lost his leg.
And now he's like a peg
Step
leg.
Step 1, get a peg leg. You're a pirate.
Yeah, that's incredibly missed opportunity for,
and then they could
how to be a pirate.
Pirates with dragons, and that guy that guy could have been a pirate too. And then
exactly.
they would have had like a pirate naval war thing. That would have been awesome.
With dragons.
No. So there's like ships everywhere.
Yeah.
They're shooting stuff, and then there's like dragons everywhere.
Exactly.
They're tearing through the sails, and the timberjacks are cutting off the masts.
That's why the second book is cool. Because they're pirates,
but they have dragons. And that would have been so awesome. Like, they didn't do it.
How do you make
Are we ever going to talk about what this movie is actually about?
No. Why would you expect we would? What the book? The movie wasn't about what the book's about. So why should we talk about what the movie's about?
You got a point there.
This is only a review. But yeah, like that would have been pretty cool. Not that like they need to. Like, I'm not thinking, oh, they didn't follow the book again? What are they dumb? Like, I wasn't expecting them to. But, like, that would have been pretty cool, I think, if they use more pirate things in it. Okay, so part of the plot of this one is he finds his mommy. And
she's been...
She was gone for 20 years.
I don't know what she eats. Fish.
She eats fish.
Okay.
They explained that.
Alright, but she's a shitty cook.
Well...
She had to deal with it, though.
She just lived with that, I guess. She adapted.
Anyway, she's been gone for the past 20 years.
Hanging out with some dragons.
Yeah, she's been in this sanctuary of dragons or whatever.
And that's kind of cool. It's like a nest, like in the first one, but like a good nest or something. Anyways, it's kind of weird because she's like, oh no, I got left. I got taken by a dragon, but then he was nice after all. But I didn't want to come back because reasons,
because I hate my family.
They didn't really explain why she never thought to come back.
She just didn't give a shit about anyone.
Oh,
she's like, oh, people.
You're okay.
No, I think it was like she's like, oh, people, they can't listen.
They don't understand.
They don't understand it. And then Hiccup's like, well, I kind of did that already.
Well, that's what the first movie was about.
I did what you couldn't do. Suck it, Mom. I didn't leave for 20 years. I left for a week.
I learned how to train your dragon. And then I taught everyone to be good and not kill dragons.
Because they're master. Why is only one big dragon controlling a bunch of other ones?
Because they did that in the first one, so they have to do it in this one.
I know, but do something different, though.
Well, yeah,
have pirates!
See, that's why the second one was cool. It's completely different than the first one, because there's pirates in it.
They are sort of...
And they are pirates, they're pretty much, as
well. Basically, there's one bad guy, and he was actually pretty cool.
He was kind of cool, I guess. One thing I really liked about him is to control the dragons, he shouted at them, which is straight from the book. That's how everyone but Hiccup...
It's like, the dragon's like... No, it's like...
Oh, okay, you're the big one.
Oh, baby!
I didn't know you were trying to do it.
I'm a forklift.
That's what I thought you were. It's like, what's this forklift?
I'm Wally.
There wasn't a forklift dragon in this movie.
I'm Rob. Watch me stack up.
Oh, no. What were we talking about?
The giant dragon controlling others.
Right, so the giant dragon.
Yeah.
I don't know even how I feel about the giant dragon.
Okay, there was one dragon that was good and giant. There was one dragon that was bad and giant. And they had a pretty lame short fight.
They had a lame fight because they were giant and they couldn't move very fast.
They're just like,
so like, oh no.
They're like,
I think the one died, so I guess that's kind of cool. But I don't know. The one in the first movie exploded, so...
You're dead now. Oh, no. Oh, baby. That's basically what happened. Why are you laughing?
Dumb. But, like... In the first one, Toothless did kind of have to obey that one giant dragon from the nest that they found. But, like... He didn't, and he just killed it instead. So, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know why that was really a problem in this one.
Because that was like its main ability, I think, was that it can... Wait, yeah, you're right. Oh, no, it's because it was being controlled by the bad guy.
But then, so?
But the bad guy made it control the other ones.
Yeah, but why did that make its ability to control the other dragons stronger? Was it just the different type of a dragon?
I think that was probably...
I guess
no, it was because it was an alpha.
What was the giant one in the first one, then?
Gojira?
Okay, Hiccup... No, Toothless is Gojira in this one, because his spines all light up and he shoots blue fire.
Is that what Godzilla does?
Yeah!
I haven't seen the new one, or like any... I saw the black and white one, but it's not blue.
His spines light up, they just light up as white.
That's actually pretty cool.
But yeah, that's how he shoots his blue laser.
It's like...
I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. But, like, I don't know why they took... Okay.
Look! He glows in the dark.
He glows in the dark now.
Look, you can
get your light up.
Look, he opens
get your light up, Toothless.
You can open up his spines, and now he glows in the dark.
Wait, did you see that in a trailer?
I saw a part where
Was that in a trailer?
No. The part where she opens up his spines.
I saw that in
the trailer. But the part where it's glowing blue isn't.
I thought you said it was at one point.
No. I said the part where she opens up his spines.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in a trailer.
No, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Like, every dragon has his...
I don't get that. I don't get that. I'm sorry, I don't get it. How does, like, Toothless not know about this thing that he could do?
Like, 5 years!
Like...
5! He's like the same age as Hiccup, so it's like, oh, more bonding things.
Not more bonding at all. They were already bonded in this one.
I don't know, but I mean, it's like, oh, look, that's why they're so connected. Oh, and I'm like, almost. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's why.
You know what's kind of cool about Toothless in the book is that he doesn't want to obey Hiccup.
Yeah.
And so, like, Hiccup's like, oh, help me do this thing, and Toothless is like, fuck
you. Screw you. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. I think it's just more interesting because it's actually...
I'm gonna go out past my curfew.
It's actually difficult. It's actually difficult for Hiccup to trade him.
Yeah, because
that's what it's about. Mm-hmm. Okay, it feels like we're bitching about the movie. There's actually some good things in it.
Oh, yeah. I like the part where Stoik died. Oops.
Yes.
Oops.
Spoiler.
Oops. Okay, basically what happens is that, it was actually really good, because...
It was actually cool.
Yeah, it was, like, awesome. I really liked it. What happened is that the bad guy controlled Toothless, and he made him, point his fire, like, he was gonna shoot fire at Hiccup. Mm-hmm. So Stoik pushes him out of the way, and then he gets shot. So Stoik is dead. And
he's straight up dead.
Yeah, he's straight...
He died.
He died.
They have a funeral and everything, and it's a Viking funeral, so it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Which is also cool.
Because they all shot him with fire arrows. Because, like, they shot a boat with fire arrows. It's, like, cool.
That just looks cool, for one. And two, in the first book, Toothless gets that funeral because they think he's dead, but he's okay.
He's not.
Anyways, they shoot...
Dad, don't you know anything about dragons? They're when they're stabbed, they're fine. They just need, like, a year.
He's just in a coma. It's a dragon coma.
It's a dragon coma.
Like
it's a dragon. It's a dragon. No.
Dragon.
No, Dad. Get out the water arrows.
Would you listen to me for once?
Can you get out the water arrows? Put out the fire.
You're gonna burn a fireproof dragon to death.
It's not even that effective.
I don't know. I can't remember.
What were they thinking?
Maybe they're not fireproof in the book, but that would be dumb.
Not so fireproof on the inside.
Okay, you know what else I didn't like about this one?
What?
There was no foreshadowing of how they defeated the giant dragon. He didn't learn anything about dragons. Was how to defeat the big one.
I thought there was.
What?
I'm trying to remember what it was.
Oh, we could use the little baby dragons because they don't listen to anything.
Yeah, that was the one.
But that was it. And the little baby dragons didn't defeat the giant one. Fucking Toothless did.
It's like, okay, you know what we need to do? We need to get back my dragon. No one else's though, because it's mine and it's special. This is a
my dragon's special.
The Night Fuhrer. We need to get back the Night Fuhrer so we can save the day.
Okay, you know. In the book, I know I keep going back to in the book.
In the books,
but
it was different.
Hiccup has
pages.
There's many reasons why Hiccup is actually special. One, he can speak Dragonese, which is the language of dragons, and like he's the one who's actually smart. Most of the other Vikings are idiots.
Oh yeah, they do that.
They did a little bit.
It was a lot more in the first one though.
Yeah, and like things like that. Like he comes up with different ideas about how to approach things and stuff like that. But
can't even throw one of these.
This,
yeah, but this will throw it for me. Huzzah!
In this one, he's special because he's the main character, and because he's the son of the chief.
Yeah,
which is why he's not special in the book. Like that's the thing that he's supposed to not be. Sort of, you know, like. They kind of had that idea. He's like, oh, I'm not like my father at all. And then he's like...
My father was a great leader, and I don't know how to lead anything.
And then he has to go and lead and be a great leader. So, there's that. Okay, in the books, there's... Okay, I'm sorry. They made me think of the books in this one. The books, shut up! The books is like... Okay, eventually when Hiccup grows up, he becomes this great leader and is good at dragon things and is awesome. But right now, he's just a little kid. And
he's a little shit.
He's just a little shit, and no one gives a shit about him. No one gives a fuck about
No one likes him.
And he's just an asshole.
He's just a kid.
But whatever.
Nobody.
He's not good at being cool right now because he's a lame shit, right? I don't know what I'm doing. Basically, the books are saying, okay, right now he's just a little kid. Eventually he grows up and becomes awesome, but right now he's having trouble fitting in and stuff. And the movie, this one, it's like, okay, this is where he's growing up now. He's like an older person now, which is actually kind of interesting. And because Stoic dies, I think that's like a legit reason for him to have to grow up and be a leader. So that is actually good. I just like, I think he's a more interesting character. Well, I don't know, because like that actually is kind of an interesting idea for a character. So it is actually good. I don't know why I'm like, this is dumb, but it's actually fine for this movie. It's just like I kind of like when he's actually like smart and has to do things, but like in this he manages to break Toothless free from the bad guy from the other dragons like. Controlling powers
by giving him a blindfold.
By how? But no, before that, he's just like, "Oh, you're my favorite dragon.
You're my best friend.
Oh,
you're my best friend." And then Toothless like kills him.
And then Toothless like just like, "Oh, okay, I'll be your friend now." Like I don't know. How did he do that?
Okay, when Toothless fly in this one, it sounded like the Night Furies at the beginning of the first one.
Woo!
And it was awesome.
I don't know what that sounded like.
I love the sound of the fire that Toothless makes.
Yeah, it sounds like a laser, basically.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Like,
I love our reviews are mostly you acting like a robot and making sound effects.
I was a forklift, okay? Forklift!
You were Rob.
2 words, 1 syllable. Forklift.
That's not how syllables work. I don't know where we're going.
I'll show you. This is my adaptation of a syllable.
I don't know where we're going with this review.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good.
No,
okay. One thing we have to mention is the guys. Okay, all the like young.
Okay.
The
So
youngins.
there's two like stories in this one, but then they get put together eventually. Anyways, what
I
happens
wouldn't
is
even
that
say there's two stories. There's one story
there's two different
and a side
things.
story that's not very important.
Yeah, so the side story, so there's the one story where Hiccup's all in this mountain place or whatever with his mom and his dad's there too, and so is Gobber and all that stuff's happening. And then there's also this other side story that's going on that I didn't give a shit about, where basically you got all the kids that aren't Hiccup, and this one dude who love pyramid thing, and they're all like with the bad guy, and then they escape or something, and it goes nowhere. And
yeah, basically it's Snotlout, Rough Nut or something.
Tough Nut.
Fish legs, I guess. Kind of, but not the fish legs from the book.
Astrid.
And Astrid. All those, like, characters who were kind of cool in the first one, just have, like, the side adventure that isn't really important, and it's not as... It is kind of boring. Where the first one, they have a relevance to the story, like, it makes sense for them to all be there, and it's kind of like how Hiccup just doesn't fit in with these other people. And
it's like, their job is so much more cool.
And they're hilarious in the first one, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all the little, like, side, like they have, like, so many, like,
Stealth
really...
12, Armor 15.
They have, like, 100, like, really witty jokes.
Oh, yeah.
Like... said very quickly and in the background, so you don't even really... It's not even the focus of the story, and it doesn't...
That shield has a flower on it. Girls like flowers. Now this one has blood on it.
Now this one has blood on it.
It's like...
There's so many great lines like, oh, I'm gonna chop off the arms and legs of every dragon with my face, or whatever he says.
No, he's like, I'm gonna chop off the arms and legs of every dragon I
see with
my face.
And, like... And there's, like, these things, like, a lot of these lines are just in the background and stuff, where in this one, like, they push those characters, like, comic relief right in your face, so it's like you couldn't possibly miss any of the jokes, which is too bad, because that gives the first one a lot of rewatchability, because you can miss some of the jokes that they have, and they're all, like, really funny and clever. Or in this one, it's just like they have like this love triangle thing going on, which
is a love pyramid.
It ends up being like a love pyramid. No, it's a square kind of.
It's a pyramid.
Whatever.
It's a pyramid.
It's not 3-dimensional.
Do you have people like one person that likes someone else? At the end.
Yeah, but I don't.
It was boring.
It's not really exciting.
I didn't care about it.
And even in the first one, Snotlout kind of like was like hitting on Astrid, but he was just kind of doing, and Astrid just completely ignored him.
It's like, hey, watch this.
And it was way
more. It was
more,
like a missus or if the sun was in my eyes. You want me to block out the sun because I can do that?
Yeah, it's hilarious. And mostly because like they don't even really like focus on it that much. It's still mostly about Hiccup, whereas these guys are not with Hiccup at all for most of it. So it has to be focusing on them because they're the only ones there. And just, like, the way, like, it's I don't know, because she just kind of ignores him completely, whereas, when the two guys that like, what's her name, and she doesn't really like them, she's like, oh, you guys are annoying, stop trying to like me, and stuff, and it's like, it just really, like, forces the
thing you didn't care about.
Like, the concept of, oh, these two like guys like her, but then she doesn't like them or whatever. Wherein, like, in the first one, it's like, oh, this guy kind of likes her, but she doesn't give a shit about him, and you see that by her not giving a shit about him, like
but not actually responding to anything he says.
Exactly. I'm going on too much of it right here, but it's those characters are more clever in the first one, whereas in this one, they're kind of like I wish they were more sidelined because then like every time like they have their own story that happens, but it doesn't really affect the actual story.
Hiccup's the only interesting character.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, so Rough Nut, Tough Nut, Snotlout, Fish Legs, those four I actually kind of cared about. Astrid.
Okay.
Those four, they could have all been straight up killed.
If they all died,
I'd be like, this is amazing!
Then it would have been a good movie. But
no, it was good.
It was actually good.
It was actually good.
Now we're bitching.
They sound like we're bitching about. These are just there was a lot to talk about this movie. Like
I can complain about the first one as well.
We can do a similar review.
I think the first one is slightly better than this one, just because it's a little more clever and has more original ideas. Where this one's kind of cool, I guess. But I also think it's kind of mistitled because it's like, oh, we can't call it How to Be a Pirate because they don't do pirate stuff, and we can't call it any of the other books because they don't do those things either. So, How to Train Your Dragon 2, even though they don't really do dragon training in this one.
Yeah.
Anyways.
How to race your dragon? Because this is a thing that's not Quidditch.
Yeah, they have like a mock Quidditch thing that's like Quidditch but boring.
No, it's
with
like
dragons.
It's like an Easter egg hunt with sheep and dragons.
And it has sheep.
Instead of baskets, well, no, they have baskets. But instead of your hands and
hoops
and eggs
and
a basket
on sticks,
there's these nets and there's the dragons and there's sheep and it's kind of like
instead of being awesome like Quidditch is, it's kind of okay.
Yeah, it's like fine sheep.
Okay, let's probably wrap with this video. Okay, I do think it's really cool that they actually killed Stoic, which is awesome for a kids movie to do that. And, I think it's kind of lame how they defeated the bad guy at the end. It was just kind of like, oh, he's dead.
It's like, oh, we need to
die, but
we need to fix that. We need to fix.
There, we defeated him. Good job, guys.
That's what's not bothering me. It's like, oh, look, bad. It's like, oh, we're gonna stop him or whatever.
What are you doing?
I'm playing with popcorn.
Making like Lego or something?
No, I'm playing with popcorn bits from the ground.
Okay then.
Anyways, I thought it was kind of lame how it's like, okay, wrap this up real quick, stop him or whatever. I thought it would have been cool if they ended it like after
after Stoic dies. Basically.
Yeah, that would have been all. And he has like the speech or whatever, and then like it's like, oh, we're gonna stop.
We're gonna stop it.
It's like, how are we gonna do that? He's like, oh, I have an idea. It's like first I'm gonna do something.
Dragons.
First, it's like, I've already done something stupid. Now I'm going to do something crazy.
Yeah.
And then it ends.
Yeah, see, that's one
that would have been freaking awesome.
That's one thing that the first one had a little more clever lines in. It's like...
that they repeated in multiple times, but they were awesome how they did
this
that,
one
though.
Kind of did,
it made it feel like they were tying things together more.
Where in this one, they, like, repeat ideas, but it's like, oh, right, I remember that idea. I guess it's relevant now, sort of. Not really. But, like, I don't know. I think the first one's slightly better than this one. This one's still pretty good. I really like that they killed off a character, because that's awesome. And maybe check it out if you haven't seen it, but we kind of gave it away, so maybe, I don't know, don't or something.
Spoiler review, If you've already checked it out, watch this video. If you haven't. Anyway, it's the end. What are we doing? It's the end of the video.
Anyways, maybe it's probably good or something. And yeah.
We can't do her. You know what? Awesome one. He actually pointed out to me that the only time that we have spoilers is when I'm here.
That's because when
we
you're
have
not
a lot,
here,
yeah.
There's less for me to talk about, like less for me to remember.
I'm just a mean, lean idea machine. I just jet out this knowledge.
Because like I can easily like forget an idea that you might remember. And
you're
so,
like, what's that thing called? Oh, forget it. I won't go on a tangent about it. And then when I'm here, I'm like, I know what it is.
Exactly. Thanks for watching. I'm Charles for the Win. Subscribe.